you go!
Hello friends, this is Bao Special with another replay. This one is Sanctius, the Vega from Auckland versus Sideboardtech, lovely ZEKU who we watched in our last replay. I really think this matchup's cool because they're both like ninjas who have like different stances. Nice. So Sanctius on the left, Sideboardtech on the right. Alright, awesome. Forward heavy punch into ASE. If you don't know, ASE is the Aurora spin edge, the spin move that Vega does. So you just check it out over here. So Sanctius starting off with forward heavy punch. So this is an incredibly long range move that Vega only has access to in his claw mode. It reaches really far, but it's also really unsafe, so you have to really space it out when you use it. I think it's like -13, so a lot of characters with slides are just long reaching moves like Balrog's Dash Straight or Nash's MK Sonic Scythe can punish this move. The reason why he uses it here, I'm not sure if he exactly knows like what it does in this matchup, but if you do it at the very round start here against old ZEKU, if he tries to switch into young ZEKU at the very start, it actually counter hits his switch. Well, not counter hits, it actually doesn't give him a CC, but it hits him out of the transform and it actually stops him from changing into young. So the animation plays out, but he stays old. So I think we might see that later. And then after that, he uses the Aurora spin edge. See? So it's kind of a spin move, and it moves him back, so it makes him dodge the Bushingram. Bushingram has too much startup. It's 15 frames on the low kick version, so it's not able to punish the Buster Claw. Jump. Yep. Good anti-air. Both players just feeling the waters out with these normals. Nice. Sideboard looking... I was going to say Sideboard was looking pretty confident in the long range, but he decided to jump in. Sweep. Okay, and what's the punish? Crouching medium punch, come on. You can always use slide to punish those sweeps, even if it was that far. You always get a knockdown off crouching heavy kick. Also, because ZEKU's sweep is really short, even if you block it from max range, Vega can actually always punish with standing heavy punch. And standing heavy punches Vega also forces standing, so if you do the claw switch combo, you can always go into like EX Flying Barcelona or even just your normal HK Crimson Tear, which gives you awesome Oki. It's like +13 after you dash with that heavy roll, so could be a bit more optimized there with the punish. Nice. See, so when he uses it on block there, it kind of makes him safe by the pushback. Yep, see what? See, so he reclaims all that space. It is punishable, it's -6, but it pushes him so far back that not many characters can punish unless you have like a really far-reaching super like Chun-Li's super that's 5 frames and goes like halfway across the screen. So it's a pretty safe option. Nice jump in. Yeah, nice. So this double heavy punch gives the medium Aurora spin edge of special property. Since it pops them up like you see here, it actually takes them 2 frames longer to hit the ground, so after the medium spin edge, he's actually +36. So he can actually get a nice little Oki setup after that, where he just dashes twice and he's +2. So pretty sure he tried it here, but he gets DP'd out of it. Nice run to get out. Just switching, trying to make him guess. Yep. reacted late to the heavy kick, so he got slid. Nice. So, one of the things that Vega had in Season 2 was this LK roll. One of the things that Vega had in Season 2 was this LK roll. See here? So that's +1 on hit. When he's in bare hand, he can either pressure with a jab after, like he does right here, or he's actually also in range for the EX command grab, so it's like a little 50-50. The thing is, Vega only has his crouching jab that reaches afterwards, which is 4 frames, and being only +1, if young ZEKU, who has a 3 frame here, mashes, he can actually trade to get out. And he does walk forward, crouching heavy punch. That's definitely not a true block string, so in bare hand, he basically doesn't really get much pressure off of the roll, other than that 50-50 I was talking about. In claw, because claw gives him a bit more range on his normals, he can pressure a bit more. But yeah. Nice. Slide. Block on the slide, but not punished very hard. This is a very punishable move, just like Vega's slide's very punishable. Seeing as he's in bare hand here, he'd probably have to do something like standing heavy punch into the HK Crimson Terror, or maybe crouching medium kick, standing medium punch, and then the Crimson Terror. But I think the crouching medium kick one does more damage. Yeah, see, so no real punish there. Jumps out of the command grab, which is good. Nice reset. Yeah, awesome. So young EX Palm gives a little bit of a juggle state. Usually he just goes into shoulder here and then does a juggle. But if he transforms into old, he can get a reset here into the flip, and it's a 50-50 because he can come, he can either go flip to the front with the LP flip, or he can do what he's done here and flip here and then go for the elbow, which crosses up. Yep, hits, but he drops the combo. So if you see this whiff above your head, you should get a big punish on this. And Sanctius tries, but he either didn't get the buffer or just wasn't sure. Yep, goes for EX and to command grab. So you gotta treat this EX FBA as somewhat like a jump in. It's like really plus on block. But the thing is, it's actually really easy to anti-air. Yeah, so he can't actually do the follow-ups immediately. He can only really do them when he's about this high. So if you jump up and meet him before he can do the follow-ups over here, then you can actually hit him before he has a chance to do anything at all out of it. Just have to jump back and use your character's highest hitting normal, like Nikali's jumping heavy kick, or like Juri's jumping heavy punch are good examples. As ZEKU, you can probably do his... In old, you can do his heavy punch, which is like, goes out here. Probably not that long. And as young, he has like a slap that like reaches up here. Yeah, but doesn't anti-air and gets command grab. It's a very plus on block, so you definitely don't want him to get away with doing it, because he's got a command throw even in the air, so it's like two 50-50s if you don't anti-air it. Nice. See, so not anti-aired again. The dive actually does two things depending on whether you're in claw or not in claw. If you're in claw mode, it gives you a juggle like this, which he uses to jab him out of and get the reset. In no claw, he just leaves you standing on the ground. He can get like a jump and punish. Yeah, see, so throw, nice reset, and into the low punch Aurora spin edge. So low punch Aurora spin edge hits low, so you have to block it as a low attack. You can't stand block it. But I think Sanctius has figured out that Sideboard doesn't really like to block he doesn't really like to block low. He likes to walk back. So that works. The only thing I would say about it is it's actually off a throw. So if Vega dashes after this throw, he's super minus. So you should probably check this because it's a really slow move after a really slow minus dash. Nice. You have DPs out again. A slide. Another low. Caught him low again. Yes, you get the point, right? Yeah, into stun. Nice. And he drops the stun combo. It's probably lagging a bit. And nice. So ZEKUs like to do standing medium punch into walk forward standing medium punch in Young. Because this standing medium punch is 5 frames and it's +2. So if you do it twice in a row, it'll counter hit any jabs they try to throw out. So people usually know that and just block, and that lets him do the walk forward. But this time Sanctius, having none of it, just jabs out. Nice check. First game going to Sanctius. Most of the damage coming from the crush counter sweeps and from the wall dives as well. Not really many full combos, just a lot of like, you know, maneuvering around and escaping sideboards pressure using backdashes and stuff. Okay, so we've got the second match of the same game. Sanctius taking the last one pretty convincingly. There was not much sideboard seemed like he could do. Probably just because he doesn't know the matchup at this point. But last time we didn't really see any big combos or like setups or anything. It was mostly just straight hits. So let's see if we can get something going. Alright, he went for the same thing as last time. No conversion. He should have done the LK roll there. Nice, so that time he got that double dash setup. Into the stun. Alright, let's go. Into what combo? Drops it, but sideboard was mashing, so it counter hits him. Wake up sweep. Okay. Puts him in the corner. Awesome, okay. So he V-reversaled there. And sideboard through. Yep, so Sanctius blocks the jumping heavy kick. And does the backslash V-reversal. So if you don't know, Vega has 2 V-reversals. He's the only character in the game to have 2. One of them is forward and all punches. Which is, I can't remember if it's the short or the long backslash. And the other one is forward and all 3 kicks. So the one he did here was the short one. And if you can see here, the first throw actually whiffs on him. That's because Vega's V-reversals are unique to everyone else in the game in that it's actually fully invincible. So most V-reversals in this game are only invincible to projectiles and strikes, but Vega's is slightly different in that it's fully invincible, including against throws. So that's why the throw whiffed there. It's kind of the compensation for the fact that when he's in the corner, he just like doesn't move anywhere. So it's completely invincible. But its one weakness is on the very last frame, it stops being invincible for just 1 frame. So you can punish that last frame with really active moves, like say Nikali's crouching heavy punch, Karen's crouching medium punch, Chun's back heavy punch. They're all super active buttons. Yeah, see, so the second throw connects. Because it punishes the recovery. Nice, tries for another throw, and triangle jumps out. So it's really hard to react to those triangle jumps when you're close. Nice, he tried to do flip there. He got crush countered for it. Gets a crush counter heavy kick there, but after ZEKU gets that crush counter and dashes, he's actually only +1, so this is a reset. Next time, if he just wants to combo off of it without like risking the reset and him getting out, you can just do crush counter, heavy kick, and then go straight into the low kick Bushingram, the forward one. Backdashes out, yep. Gets crush countered for his troubles. But after the crouching heavy kick, yep, into slide V-trigger. That's a really, really good tool that Vega got in Season 3 with the inclusions of VT2s. So his old one used to just throw the rows out, if you remember what his VT1 does. So if it hit like this, it would just completely whiff over them. And it wasn't very much reward for, having to spend your entire V-trigger to just do a safe sweep. But now, with this VT2, he can make it safe, or even plus on block, or just get a setup off it if it hits. So it's really good. Vega players are going to do this all the time once they get their V-trigger 2 going, when it's on deck. So it's important to start neutral jumping and back jumping to try and bait it out so that you can land on top of it and punish. Yeah, nice. So not really much of a setup going for him there. He just does the LP ASE again. This time sideboard blocks it. If you're Vega and you get a crouching heavy kick CC, you should probably just dash them into the corner and then do some kind of mix-up, right? Like you can even like switch into bare hand and threaten a command grab mix-up. You can go, if you want to go low like this, you could just do crouching medium kick, which gets you a full combo. Yeah, there's a lot better options. You can even do, actually, you can do crouching heavy kick CC, and because it's a hard knockdown, you can do flying Barcelona attack and then make them guess which side you're going to land on. That's a pretty tricky one. You can even do a command throw off that one as well, so yeah. Get a better setup probably. Yeah. Sideboard always does DP after air dares. See, the exact same situation, he only just got the ASE. Could have been a lot more. See, yeah, he's not blocking high. Sorry, he's not blocking low. He's just walking back. So at least get a real combo, right? Nice. Another win from Sanctius. Could use some fine-tuning on the Okizeme. He mostly got in using more crouching heavy kick CCs, which is probably not a very solid strategy in the long run, but it worked here. Okay. We got the third game of Sanctius versus Sideboardtech. We are currently in 2-0 in Sanctius' favor, so Sideboard has to win this one in order to stay in the tournament. Otherwise, Sanctius moves on to Grand Finals. Nice. Another forward heavy punch start. I think he's just starting to autopilot that now. Good throw. Crush counter. Nice. Trying to catch buttons, but Sanctius having none of it. Yeah, so that fully invincible V reversal, making that throw whiff again. Could have got a better punish on that slide. Just like with Vega, this slide's really punishable. So Vega can get standing heavy punch here into either the claw combo or the claw switch combo into standing medium punch, right? Yeah, but he just gets a jab. Nice. So he didn't actually confirm there. So if you look at the stun bar, he's actually one hit away from getting stunned. If he'd done LK roll here, he would have got the stun and probably been able to set up a reset into a game-ending combo, right? But instead he just goes into ASE, and what ASE does on block, like we said earlier, is it creates all this space between you, and you don't want to do that when he's in the corner and you've got the advantage, because now he can just get out. And because he's so far away, you don't even get to cash out on the stun, so yeah, just not a very good choice it's probably not a good idea to autopilot those block strings. You definitely want to confirm if you see the crouching medium kick hit. If it gets blocked and you're not sure if your crouching low punch will hit, then yeah, that would be a good time to do ASE because it works on counter hit. But if you're getting a normal hit crouching low punch, just always do the roll. I find it so interesting, the similarities between young ZEKU and Vega's toolkit. They both got slide into trigger, and when they go into trigger, they get like, you know, the neat little custom combo as well. Watch this. Backslash to get out. Look how far that takes him away. So this is the far backslash. So they start off over here. Shippu Jinrai. Yep. So right next to each other. This is pressure range. Incredibly close together. And then he just does the backslash. And look how much space he's gained. This is like more than 4 times the amount of space that was originally there. Right? So yeah, it's a really good V reversal if you are mid-screen. Triangle jump into slide. Triangle jump into slide. That's just so funny. Nice. So that time was a good time to do the Aurora spin edge. Because if you can't confirm, then you should just do it to be safe. Screwed up the command grab there. Backslash again into setup. Nice. So if you guys have never seen this before, EX FBA into the slash is probably Vega's best way to set up Okizeme. After this, he's so plus when he lands that he can either dash twice and still be plus 10, or he can do this LK roll, see? And the last little hit of it just jumps over for a corpse hop, and he lands on the other side at plus 4. So yeah, but I think because they did it so close to the ground, it actually was more plus than that, so that crouching medium kick actually whiffed. Nice trade on the jab, and just barely walks back. So one of Vega's advantages, one of his only ones, is his incredible movement speed. So he's got the fastest backdash in the game at 21 frames, and he's also got the fastest forward walk and back walk, tied with Cammy, because Cammy needs it. So if you just watch, he jumps, just lands right over there, which Sideboard sees is just about maybe the maximum range for him to slide and maybe CC something. But Sanctius is holding back, slide comes out, he just barely walks out of range of it. So he's so close that the proximity guard's even triggering, and he just jabs it. So yeah, that's the correct decision when you think a slide is coming. You just gotta try and get out of the way. Nice. Nice block string. Ooh, just unlucky there. So the Bushin Grum just barely moves him forward when he does it. So yeah, he didn't actually get the jumping heavy kick. So he missed his punish into double heavy punch, and kind of like Akuma, his double heavy punch, it's really minus. So it's minus 10 here, but I don't think Sideboard knows. So yeah, he didn't get a punish on it. Nice DP there to throw. +1. Nice. To reset again. Okay, yeah, see? Never ever 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 cross up Vega in the corner. That's a horrible idea, and the reason why is because of the backslash again. See, it just gets him completely out of there. You never ever want to cross him up. You want to keep him in the corner so that even if he V-reversals, he just gets stuck there. Because it's literally his only defensive option. All he has is a 3-frame in his standing low kick, and that V-reversal, which only moves him backwards. So no EXDP, and even his super is not invincible on starter frames. So definitely respect that V reversal. And yeah, Sanctius likes to do FBA right after his V reversals. Goes into Isn't a drop. I kind of disagree with the Isn't a drop. I don't like seeing it being done unless it's to stun or to kill, because it just does more damage than the slash. But the problem with it is it doesn't give you very much Oki after. All you get is like a meaty slide, or you can do like get a crush counter forward heavy punch, I think, if you're in claw, or crouching heavy punch if you're not in claw. But yeah, it's not very good compared to how good the Oki is from the slash. Because with the slash, you can do double dash, or you can do the side switch. So it's a much more varied Oki ender. Oh, and also, I'm not sure if Sanctius knows this, but when you do Isna drop, you can, when you do the actual grab at the very start, you can hold either forward or back and choose which side that Vega lands on when he drops them. So he actually didn't do anything here, and it just caused him to put himself back in the corner. But you can actually get out by holding the other direction. Yep, gets caught in the corner. Yep, Sideboard's willing to spend the meter there. And like I said, you don't get a very good setup off of it, so it's just like, you just put yourself in the corner and it's not very worth it. So, yep, cross up again, and just like that, he just backslashes out. Jumping around, touching the walls, and gets a lucky jump in on there. EX, and he reacts to the flip with his own super. Nice. So that super is actually not a very good anti-air. It loses to a lot of stuff. In fact, yeah, see, so Sideboard tried to do the kick here. If he did it a bit earlier, it might have actually won. Unless this is like the very earliest he could have done. But if you just do jump and then press a button, you can actually just air-to-air Vega out of his super because it's not invincible. It has good utility though as a far-reaching anti-air for when they're like jumping back and stuff. And setup, and gets checked out of it. So the setup after this is just double dash forward and you become +6. Yeah, you just dash forward twice, dash, dash, and once you're +6, you can do either crouching medium kick, which is gonna meaty them. If you're barehanded like he is now, you can do command grab, or you can just dash dash and then wait for a bit and throw, and that's also meaty. So it's actually a pretty good setup off super. In fact, I'd say that Vega is one of the characters where if you have to spend super for some reason, like if you want to go through a fireball because it's projectile invincible and you know it's still going to leave them alive, it's worth it because he actually gets a good setup off it. But he does roll here. I think there's some kind of setup using roll after super that used to be in season 1, but I'm not sure if it works anymore, or maybe he just like screwed it up. But yeah, he just gets checked out of it. Nice. And Sanctius checks that dash for the win.
Vega wins.
Awesome. So Sanctius mostly won basically off of his movement. He didn't really do any flashy combos or, you know, have any anti-ZEKU tech to show off. All he really did was move around on the screen really well with his triangle jumps and just like mixing up his jumping heavy kicks a lot to catch ZEKU's Bushingram zoning when he's in old form. The only thing I'd say that could use a little bit of work would be that he used a bit too much slide preemptively. So Sanctius is a very preemptive player from what I've been seeing. He likes to do stuff before you can do something to try and get a crush counter. But that's not really Vega's strong point. His strong point's mainly as a counter poker when he's using those big buttons.
Buzz off already!